Another head shave, this time with a cartridge razor, coming up next. Hi YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere, it's Mark at GeorgeTune.com. I'm back in another video. Well, it's time for another evening head shave, and in the previous evening head shave I used my Vikings Blade Chieftain 5BC razor, and it did a wonderful job. And I used Be-Bald shave cream for that shave. This was a brushless super slick shave cream, and it was wonderful. I really enjoyed using this. This time around I'm going to use a cartridge razor. My cartridge razor of choice is the Dorco Pace 7. This has 7 blades in the cartridge head. Yeah, pretty amazing. So we're going to use this and to kind of compare the safety razor versus the cartridge razor. Once again, I'm going to use Be-Bald shave cream. I also just had a really nice good hot shower. I had a workout before that, so I used their scrub product again to actually clean my head and to really get rid of the dead skin cells and exfoliate it very nicely. And we're going to finish up with the heel post-shave balm, and later on in the day, maybe off camera, I'm not sure, the smooth moisturizer. So that's what we got going on here, and let's get to the shave. I'm just going to wet my head a little bit and then put some shave cream on there. Okay, just a little bit is all you need. As far as water, I don't want it to be too runny because the Be-Bald is rather thick. It is thicker than most of the super slicks I've used. And again, you don't need a lot, but I tend to err on the side of using a little more as my skin and head become more accustomed and adapted to doing the head shave. I think there is a, well, for lack of a better term, a break-in period. And I had a wonderful head shave. If you haven't seen that video where I used the Chieftain 5BC razor, check it out because I had a wonderful head shave with Be-Bald and that razor. It was terrific. Really enjoyed that. So I'm going to compare that shave to this one using a cartridge razor to see what the difference is, advantages, disadvantages of each one, that sort of thing. Okay, so that's got it. And I'm leaving product on my hand here. I'm just going to warm this up a little bit. Okay, I'm just going to leave the product on my hand so I can, reactivate it by dipping it in the water a little bit and rubbing it on there. Okay, so here we go. Brand new cartridge head in there. So here we go. We're going to go with the grain, which is down and to the back. And then my second pass will be against the grain, which is up and towards the front. And I probably will do touch up here and there also. So let's see how this works out with the Dorco Pace 7 cartridge razor. Absolutely different feel. You're pressing down and you're pulling. Very different feel. And again, just like the safety razor, I'm going to go by feel here. And it's not really clogging up too much at all, which is a good sign. And it's rinsing cleanly. Okay, so let's see if I can use my left hand here. Okay. Let me see. Put a little bit more on there. All right. Back here. All right, I'm going to try to get behind my ears there. I've heard wet shavers say that a cartridge razor gets behind these ears a little bit more cleanly and easily. That's kind of going against the grain there a little bit in order to get that this way too. All right, maybe a little bit back here. All right. Okay, that's the first pass. It's pretty much done and complete, so I'm just going to go ahead and put some water on my hands here and then just reactivate this a little bit and get a little more so I can go against the grain. Okay, and again, like I did before, I'm going to use just a little more cream to be on the safe side, to make sure I have enough protection, especially with 7 blades running over my head like that. I know a lot of, well, not a lot, maybe some, many, I don't know, whatever the estimate is, cartridge razor users have come over to the safety razor because all those blades in a cartridge razor head causes irritation, ingrown hairs, and that sort of thing for them, and the safety razor seems to alleviate that. So let's go ahead and just go against the grain now and see how this works. Again, I'm going by feel here. I'm using long strokes to go from the back of my neck all the way up. I've been concentrating on getting the fringe. I should really get the top here. So we're going to go this way, just to knock that down. And since I've been doing the full head shave, the top here has really remained nice and smooth. And I am doing it 3 days a week, every other day, like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that sort of thing. So that has really stayed nice and smooth. So I guess that's why I forgot all about it. So let me go against the grain here again, because I am missing spots. I feel some high hair here, some stubble that needs to be removed. And here, a lot of stubble right here. And that was the same way with the safety razor. It's not because of the razor, it's just because of where it's located on my head and how I'm reaching back here to get it. It's almost as if I'm missing it with the razor, regardless of which razor I'm using. So let me just see if I can't. I'll do it this way here against the grain. All right, I'm going to go down right back here. Still missed it. Still missed it back there. Okay, and I'm going to go a little bit lower here to make sure I'm cleaning the neck. Okay, just a little bit here. Okay, let me just wet that here like this and then come from behind on the top there. This way, all the way forward. Make sure I get everything there. And I am pressing, I'm using a little bit of pressure here, making sure that that cartridge head stays in contact with the skin at all times. The cartridge head here has some protective strips. One protects, the other one lubricates. And then maybe a little bit back here. Okay. Okay, maybe just a little bit more on the neck. All right. Just I can't seem to get that right there. That little piece right, got a little bit of stubble right there. I can't seem to get that. I'm just rubbing it because I have the product on my hand. So I'm actually applying more lubrication to get that. Same thing there. Okay, well, close enough. All right, let me rinse this off and get onto the post shave. Okay, it took a lot of initial rinsing. I'm going to use a washcloth to kind of wipe down whatever's left there using warm water. Okay, just a little more here. All right, I'm going to do a cold water rinse with this rag. Kind of close the pores up there. All right, here we go. Just whoa, good and cold. All right, I think that's got it. The product is very, very slick, and there is a lot of residual slickness that is left behind. So you do have to really rinse your head off. Probably would be better to just jump in the shower and rinse off. Be a lot faster, that's for sure. But this way works too. So I just want to pat my head dry here. And I'm going to do one more round of rinsing. I'm going to use this Shash Allen block. Same thing as Osmond. I'll have links for both of them below. Those are affiliate links again, by the way. So I'm just going to do this and pass it over and see what kind of feedback I get. How close this was, if there's any irritation, that sort of thing. Okay, here we go. And a couple of micro zings here and there. But nothing really heavy-handed at all. A little bit right here where I was trying to get that hair, that little bit of stubble there, so that's kind of understandable. Okay, so I'm just going to let that set up a little bit. I'm going to wait about 20 seconds, and then I'm going to rinse that off with this wash rag. And then go ahead and apply the heel post-shave balm, and then we'll go from there. Okay, here it is, 3, 2, 1. That's 20 seconds. Okay, let me just rinse this off real quickly. Okay, did its job. Okay. All right. Let's get a little bit of this heel from B-Bald. About that much. It is a clear gel kind of product. And just work it into the hands and work it in to your skin all over. And they're right, a little goes a long way. And as I say, as my head and skin up here become more and more attuned to this shave, I think I'll use less and less because everything will have balanced out. But I think right now, initially, as I'm starting this full head shave, the skin is drinking in all the moisture and nutrients, and it will begin to balance out just like it was when I started the traditional wet shave. All right, let me do a 360. Tell me what you think, okay? How's it look? I'm going to get a mirror and take a look myself. What do you think, huh? Let me get a mirror. Let me get a mirror and take a look. Okay. Not bad at all. Rather nice. Yeah, I don't see any irritation. Don't see any irritation at all. Seems to look pretty good. Now, for the final comparison between the cartridge and the safety razor. Well, both of these I think did a great job. I really enjoyed using both of them. I think the safety razor gave me a closer pass initially the first time out. However, it is more of a finesse kind of razor. You have to use a light touch, let the weight of the razor do all the work, control the angle, find the angle. I know when I was doing the head shave, I had to kind of search for the angle a little bit with the grain and against the grain. But once I found it, it took the hair cleanly. It really did. And a lot of my missing the different patches of hair has to do with trying to reach over and trying to find that angle, but also because I'm doing it blindly. I am doing it by feel, so I could be shaving here, and then I should be shaving here and then shaving here, when actually I'm shaving here and then passing over that and shaving here, just missing the spot. That's true with the cartridge razor as well. Although I've noticed with the cartridge razor, as I was shaving the stubble, it took a couple of times to take the same spot down on that first pass. And that I think speaks to perhaps the cartridge razor getting clogged with cream and hair, that sort of thing. I think more rinsing would probably solve that problem. The other thing about the cartridge razor is, boy, it allows for a lot of slop. You know, if you go up and down like this, and also against the grain, you know, up and down, you know, using these parallel strokes, that's fine. But if you find yourself going this way a little bit, it's not going to really, you're not going to really injure yourself. At least that's my impression. I think I was doing that a few times where I got kind of squirrely here with this and just kind of, you know, came over this way here. So I think, you know, doing these kinds of moves, I think it's a little more forgiving in that department. Whereas with the safety razor, yeah, you have to use really, really, really good technique. But I think that on that first pass, the shave is much cleaner and much more efficient. But you really have to have good technique and good control. But the other thing also is, the other key is to have a really good, slick product, or cream, shave cream, on your head. that will allow you to get a good shave. And even though you might be making mistakes with your technique with the safety razor, that's where the forgiving element comes in with the cream. That's what I think is going on. I think this is an excellent product for a head shave. And even though it's not traditional with the brush and lather and that sort of thing, boy, this really does a good job. And I think it works well with a safety razor and with a cartridge razor. If you are trying to decide whether you want to do a full head shave, by all means, get this. This is really very good. It will allow you to use a safety razor or a cartridge razor, and it's forgiving. Even if you make some mistakes in technique, there's enough slickness there to where you're not going to nick or cut yourself. It's just going to glide right across. And I know that there were times when I shaved with this that, I probably, my technique wasn't right on there. Now, as far as behind the ears, a lot of wet shavers, I've read a lot of opinion online where they said a cartridge razor gets this right here, above the ear, behind the ear. This does a really nice job. You know what? I think the safety razor did a better job. I really do. I think the safety razor was able to get into that little nook and cranny a little bit easier, a little more efficiently. I could feel the blade. I could feel it shave away that little bit of stubble there. Whereas with the cartridge razor, not so much. It's maneuverable, but I think that's the thing with some cartridge razors is that it feels like a pad on your head, and you don't get that kind of feedback. You don't get the same kind of feedback as you do with a safety razor. Both of these are good. They're both good. And I just think that the key is not so much which razor works best for you. I think the key is to get a really good slick cream on your head, whether it's bee-balled or whether it's something else that you apply with a brush, pre-shave oil, whatever it is. Get a really good slick surface up there so that the razor blade or razor blades glides right across. And if you make an error in technique, you won't get nicked or cut. That's my takeaway with this. And it was a really nice shave. It was a really terrific shave. The skin is very nice and smooth. And I guess the question is, with 7 blades and doing it repetitively like that, am I going to get any irritation or any ingrown hairs or any bumps, anything like that? Well, I don't feel any bumps. I don't feel any irritation, anything like that. I think I was cautious and just didn't overdo it. But I got a nice, smooth shave. I also think that because the cartridge razor allows you to maneuver in any which way without any kind of fear, I think it's probably a little faster than the safety razor. The safety razor, though, my opinion is that the more I use it and the more I understand the angle of the particular razor I'm using and how to handle it and how to go against the grain and with the grain and that sort of thing, I think it'll become just as fast. It's just that it requires more finesse and more technique. I just happen to think, my opinion, that the single razor did a better job on the first pass. But again, your mileage may vary. They're both very good. This did a really nice job. This did a really nice job. Again, I think the key is get a good slick cream on your head, and either razor will work well for you. I prefer the using the safety razor. There's something about it that I like it. I like that single edge there, and again, I think it was more efficient on that first pass. I think I got more hair on that first stroke than I did with the cartridge razor. Cartridge razor, I think I had to do multiple times in a lot of different areas, where I think with the safety razor, I think it was a cleaner cut on the first swipe or two. This I was taking multiple swipes with. But you know what? As I go along, I'll learn more and more about it. Hey, I've talked enough. Let's go with some smooth here, just to finish the shave off. Just, okay, that much right there is all I'm going to use. Oh, that's nice. All right. It's a head shave, right? So, double clap. All right, hey, that's it. Thanks very much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like, hit that bell so it'll give you a yell next time I upload a video. Comment below, let me know. Check out my blog, georgetoon.com/blog for my comic strip George, for the cartoons, other videos like this. Check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/markzerny, where you'll find all the products I review on this channel, organized and categorized. You can find everything in a snap, very easily. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you again real soon.